You are in for a real treat. This episode was originally recorded for my other podcast, but for you, it's been upgraded and transformed, and now you have the Ask the Pro show. So everything mentioned in this episode will now be found on chrisdufay.com, plus so much more, as I've designed the Ask the Pro podcast and chrisdufay.com to give you exactly what you need to grow your business success and for you to have the money, the freedom, and the happiness you want, making a bigger and better impact to the world unselfishly. So now it's time to delve straight into this episode, and I want you to lap up and enjoy every single second of it. Welcome to the Turning Pro Academy. I'm your host and your coach, Chris Dufay, and I'm very thankful for you being here, and I'm amped to get into this episode with you. This is a special solo session. This is where I'm going to open up the insights even further, and especially with this episode that I have for you today. This is something really close to my heart, something I've been thinking a lot about lately, and then I've just had a bunch of points down in my Evernote, and I just had to go through it and record this for you. Creating freedom and lifestyle. Two things I go on a lot about, and this is a big part about being a part of the Turning Pro Academy team. This is what we're here for. What you're going to take away from today's episode, I know will have you more confident, in charge, and taking the right action. So strap yourself in, because this is going to be chock full. And as a thanks for plugging me in between your ears, and for you joining the Turning Pro Academy team, I want you to pay the love forward. Introduce one person into getting subscribed and tuning into this podcast. Share the love. Put a smile on my dial as well, because if there is one thing that could be a little bit of a problemo, is that if you have not left an iTunes review, so let's fix that up. And I'm going to throw you a virtual high five and even shout you out to the hundreds of thousands on the podcast, as the best compliment you can give me is leaving an iTunes review. And right now, on your phone, if you're doing some cardio, if you're cooking, if you're shopping, if you're driving, pull on over, because leaving an iTunes review is what I want from you. If you're loving it, then a 5-star review is what I want. But give me your honest feedback. And if you're wanting to burn fat, build and transform your body, then you're also going to want to go over and tune into the Fit Body Pro podcast over at fitbodypro.com. This is my other podcast, all about physique, fitness, and health. I know I've gotten gluttonous having two podcasts, but this is for the specially advanced, proven strategies, plans, and advice to shaping the body you want and doing it the right way. But I know you're here for some real success insights, and that means you're going to want to head on over to turningproacademy.com so you can get the show notes and links from this episode and every other episode. And also, as a special thank you to you, get the online free workshops that you can get right now, plus also get the perfect client pipeline as well that I'm giving away. It is going to open up your business for coaches, trainers, consultants, the lot. You are going to want to get onto this right now, as I've just put it up, and I'm going to get some great feedback from already the beta team that have put this into play. So use it, abuse it, put it into the test, see the results for yourself in your own business. And that's what you're going to want to get over at turningproacademy.com. But this episode is really about something that is going to hopefully rock your world. Creating freedom and purposely designing your life to live the lifestyle you want to live. And this is so important. Designing your life to live the lifestyle you want to live. Both go hand in hand, and all too often are completely overlooked. This is what I want to uncover in this episode for you, so that you're going to walk away with clarity for yourself and taking the right action, so that you can create the outcome, the results, the success, the life that you want. If you're like me, then this is important to you. Success is not just a financial means. Success comes in multiple currencies. And to many, people sacrifice so many other areas of their life for financial success. And by all means, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to preach that I've conquered it all and my word is Bible, but because it's nowhere near that. Simply though, through the trials and errors and the experiences that I've been able to go through, this is where I'm at now. And that's why I want to share with you these important insights, because the other currencies of success come in the form of freedom that you have. And for me, I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with whom I want. I love all the projects that I get to work on, and I have to keep very disciplined, and I have to keep myself in line from running around like a madman going after other ventures and starting other businesses and projects. Then there is the I want to do when I want. And this is lifestyle design with how you work. For me, I find structure provides freedom. I've always been fairly routine, and now I've gotten to a point where I really have set up my days to give me the best bang for my buck. And that means I wake early, as I've always been an early riser, and I find I do my best work in the morning. Right now I'm recording this for you, and it is 5:30 in the morning. And this is where I want to be on. This is when I want to be switched on giving this to. I finish my work by around 1 to 2 p.m. most days, and I'm probably working a good 4 to 5 days a week at the moment. Then after I finish work about 1 or 2, I go and train, and then I have the rest of the afternoon to goof around and play with the girls. I'm useless when it comes to trying to do work later in the day. My brain is mush. I'm not creative. I'm slow, so I don't even try now. Work gets done in the first part, and then being able to go to the cafe, surf, chill at the beach, go play, whatever in the afternoon. And this is where you need to be able to figure out how you best work and how you want to live the days that you want to live. The fact of being able to do where I want was a big one for me, especially when I was first in Sydney as a personal trainer. I thought I was trapped, and I worked hard to be able to break free of that. By moving and starting a PT business in Dubai, it broke a big boundary, but essentially I was still in the confinements of the same work situation, the time for money trap, trading hours for dollars, and that limits success to a point. Now, we still had an awesome time in Dubai, don't get me wrong, and looking back, I learned so much, experienced so much, and it was that big leap that gave me the confidence to then go and pursue the rest. Now having full availability of where I want to work, I can do it from around the world. The only actual location work of what I do now is when I hold retreats in Bali and when I present seminars such as in Spain and in Sydney that are actually in 4 weeks from when I'm recording this right now. But then again, I choose to when I want to hold those. And a great part of this is the example that we just randomly decided that we wanted to go to Bangkok for a week. Just go back and chill out and experience it again. And as Lauren and I, well, there probably about 5 years ago, it's been a while, and this was obviously going to be our first time with Arlo with us as well. I was able to clear my work schedule to a super bare minimum where I was just being in contact with my coaching clients that I did in the mornings, and then I was able to hit the gym and go out for the day. It was usually me that felt flat dead tired first. Arlo would be sleeping in the pram and Loz would be powering through her shopping. So sorry, I just don't enjoy shopping. It sucks the life out of me. But being able to go and chill, say out in Lumpini Park in Bangkok, go and eat from the street markets each night, and knowing your income and business is still humming along, that is a very grateful feeling that came upon me, and I really wanted to be able to share with you that. And it's not to impress you, it's to impress upon you what you can do. This is so available for you to be able to create for yourself. So then there is the big one, being able to do it with whom you want. Working with and surrounding yourself with the people, and these people should be uplifting. They should push you to higher limits, support you, and not shoot you down. And I'm such a believer of cutting off the dead weight and not working with or surrounding yourself with people that just don't align with you and what you want. For a lot of you listening, being an entrepreneur, running your business, it's probably just you. Even myself, I have a small team of staff. There's a handful and they're all over the world. So this really means surrounding yourself with winners and people that are in your boat, going through the same problems, having the same experiences and opportunities, and being able to connect, being able to grow, and being able to learn from each other. This is where I see the tremendous power of the mastermind and why I have my own Pro Circle mastermind just to do this. I've got to be able to follow through with it. And a big part that initially gave me the kick to want to create the freedom and lifestyle, and meaning that the lifestyle design that I wanted was that I wanted to, and very thankful that my wife wanted to as well, was live in different parts of the world, to travel, to really travel, and what travel meant to us. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a split with so much more for you. Now, I know you're listening and tuning in because you know how important your health is and how this can also catapult your business. This is why I'm very happy to say that this podcast is sponsored by My Body Blends and my favorite, the Superfood Elixir, the powerful greens drink. Now, this is designed specially to boost energy, aids detoxification, enhances the ability to burn fat, supports healthy carbohydrate metabolism, and best of all, is voted best tasting greens drink. Now, myself and the My Body Blends team are looking for ambassadors to join, so you and your clients get the health benefits plus adding in a strong income stream for you and your business. The ambassador program, which is by application only, means you get exclusive access to sell My Body Blends products like Superfood Elixir to your clients, plus giving you the special ambassador pricing and bonuses. So once you become an ambassador, you can join the other top health and fitness players that are adding thousands to their week's income. Now, there is only a limited number of ambassadors we are taking on board, as this is a tribe leading the way together. So to apply and to join, go to mybodyblend.com/ambassador, or add the checkout code that is TurningPro, all one word, when you're going to get your own Superfood Elixir to order. Plus, you're going to get free shipping and a bonus to save yourself over $250 instantly. So just use that coupon code TurningPro in the checkout and you can save over $250 right now, all on mybodyblend.com. Now, I do enjoy holidaying and kicking back and soaking up the sun rays. Don't get me wrong, but for me, going to a resort and doing that really isn't soaking in the culture and life. Hopping from one hotel to the other just doesn't do it justice for me. I want to live in a place. I want to learn the language. I want to learn the customs. I want to get to know the people, create relationships. And it's amazing in just a few places that we have lived, that creating great relationships with the locals and the other expats, especially the expats that are on this same wavelength. And it was actually pretty funny because we were down the road at this bar on the beach just the other night to see some friends to have dinner, and there were some other friends of friends, and I got chatting to them. There was this one guy and we got along really well, and he was from Australia as well, but we kind of both got to a point where both of us found out that one, we both lived here in Bali, and two, had some insight to what brought us here and the different work we do and businesses we run. And there was this multi-respect. There was this little nod that was like that, yeah, I respect the shit that you've been through to get to this point, the leap, the faith, the hard times you go through. And it was pretty funny because straight up, I just had to say that to him, what I thought, and he was laughing because he was saying the same thing. It was that mutual respect of being able to go through those same experiences, and that's what's really important to be able to connect with and to experience, I find as well. Now, it's not all rainbows and lollipops. It's not at all. Selling everything, packing up, moving away from family, your life that you know, and moving to another life, another country, and even setting up a new business, and even in our situation, having a brand new baby, it's not easy. It's been the most testing experience, but I would never change it. And I look back and I love it. And I want you to know that so many people are like, oh, Chris, you're so lucky. And if I'm being polite in my head, I'm like, screw that. Luck has nothing to do with it. I worked my ass off. I went through some real shit. I slept on a couch for a couple of months when I first moved to Dubai to get business up and running, and then to bring my wife and new baby over, and then still hustle to get to this point right now. What I want to do right now is to light a fire under you. I want you to think about how is the life that you want to design for yourself. The very first week of my business coaching programs and coming on board with me, the 6-figure PT program, the first week is intensive with getting clarity and crystal clear picture on what success is to you, how much you want to earn, what work you want to be doing, who you want to be working with, the clients, the customers, how much location freedom do you want. By starting to answer some of these questions, it's what's going to give you what you want. Otherwise, you're just going to be a fart floating in the wind, getting pushed where others push you, and you're not going to be getting what you really want. And then there is this big factor that limits so many, and it limited me, and it's, are you busy? Are you too busy? And what is it that you are actually doing? This was something that I had to change for myself because I was falling into it. I was too busy to go and do things. I was too busy to go to the beach and chill out. What's the usual response when someone asks how you're going? It's usually, oh, I'm so busy. And it's a boast. It's the social influence that being busy is a good thing. And Tim Ferriss said it best with being busy is a form of laziness. And I see it that you're not actually doing what needs to be done when you're being busy. But is it being busy really a good thing? Is it showing success? Is it getting you to where you want to go? And I can honestly say that I don't think it is. Do you feel bad or anxious if you're not doing something? And I'm saying that because I don't want to be a hypocrite, because I have done that, and I got slapped in the face when I learned this was a completely wrong way to go about it. I felt compelled to be working as much as I could. And it's that to-do ticking program that you fall into. A list longer than your arm of to-dos for the day, and it's only ever going to keep growing. You choose to be busy, and so importantly, what are you going to do about that now? Starting with clarity, designing what you want. This is why I spend the time and effort with each member, a part of the 6-figure PT program, to answer these types of questions. And they're not easy. It's hard stuff. It actually makes you think, delving into your brain, and it's you that has to come up with the answer. What is the life that you want to live? What does the ultimate lifestyle actually cost? And therefore, that's the amount that you want to earn. What does your perfect day look like? And answer these truly yourself. Don't do it with other people's opinions in the back of your head. You've got to stay true to yourself. And I hope I'm really starting to light a fire under your ass right now. Because when you look at Pareto's law, and that is that you get 80% of your results from 20% of your effort. And it can go either way a little bit here or there. But well, after reading a great book called 80-20 Sales and Marketing, which I highly recommend, the law is factual. And there is an 80-20 inside of 80-20. So you boil it down to the next step. And that means 4% of what you do will give you roughly 64% of your results. 4%. That's a tiny bloody amount of what you're doing is giving you more than half of your results. This literally proves that so much of what you do each day isn't actually getting you results. It's fluff, it's stuff, it's wasted time. And this is really important to soak in as an entrepreneur and as a business owner wanting to excel. What is actually getting done? What are the jobs that are getting you results? And this is when I look at the effectively hourly rate of what you pay yourself. Let's use a personal trainer as an example for this. You're charging $80 an hour for a session. So you're thinking, I get paid $80 an hour. Not quite. What about all the other work you have to do? All the back end, all the program writing, diet and training design, the travel, accounts, all the stuff that is keeping you so busy day to day. Then, when knowing what your total week income intake is and working out the total hours you had to put in, then you have an effective hourly rate. But here we go. There are jobs that earn you $10 an hour, $100 an hour, $1,000 an hour, such as selling packages and programs. And what about the $10,000 an hour jobs? This is when you step up and take on big client jobs, creating recurring programs, sales sequences that work over and over. And now in the world where you step out of traditional just hour for hour, face-to-face personal training, you get access to do these jobs, and that's awesome. But it's recognizing it first and then focusing in on what you are best at. What does your business need you to do? What tasks and jobs can you give away? Why are you doing $10 jobs when you can outsource it and concentrate on the big stuff? You're really losing money in my eyes when you're doing those smaller jobs because you're not doing the stuff that has the high impact. This episode is really about getting you to where you truly want and how you can come about that. I want to be able to open your eyes and get you doing what counts to you. When I take my last breath, I want to know that I had the last. I told Lauren and Arlo and my other children that I love them and I was having fun and doing what I do best, and that is have fun. You can always make more money, but the real currency that I want is time. Time to do things that I want. The best investment I see is spending time with people I love, doing things I love to do. Life is too short to be busy. And I want you now to go out, get clarity on what it is that you want, and then piece together how you are going to make that happen. I want you to get in contact with me. Emails off the turningproacademy.com website, or get onto my Facebook page and message me. Keep this conversation going with me, as this means a lot, and I can have the freedom and time and the ability to give this episode to you. I want to see the results with your life. So now it's time for you to click on over to chrisdufay.com. That's chrisdufey.com to get all the guides and show notes. And if you are wanting the workshops where I walk you through how to build your online business, click on over to chrisdufay.com/start here. This is where I can give you the exact training guides and the workshops for exactly where you're at and the answers that you need. Now, every Friday I'm coming back to you with a new episode. So be sure to subscribe, and if you haven't already, you're going to be getting the world's best insights, the advice and the answers to give you the business, the money, the freedom and the success and happiness that you want. And I want to give you a huge muchas gracias for being here with me. And as always, get in touch with me via the site or via social, as Ask the Pro is about me giving you the answers that you need. So ask away.